The opinions in this podcast are all our own.
But the businesses are real chamber members.
It's a chamber chat.
Coming to you from Wahoo, Nebraska. Chamber Chat with Kate
And Kat.
Welcome to Chamber Chat with Kate.
And Kat. I'm Catherine Nygren, owner of Found and Flora Flower Shop.
And I'm Kate DeCoste, owner of Kate DeCoste Photography. This podcast is everything Wahoo Chamber of Commerce.
Well, Kate, we have a special episode today.
We sure do. It's our mailbag episode.
Cue that music.
Mailbag time.
Open that bag.
So yeah, today we want to jump on and talk about some ways that you can get your information from your local chamber. So we've got three things we want to talk about. The first being the email subscription, the Wahoo Weekly. We also have the Chamber Directory that was mailed to everybody's house. And then we also have the We Are Wahoo mobile app for your phone.
Yeah. So there are many ways to find out what's happening in Wahoo. So let's talk about the Wahoo Weekly first.
Yeah.
So the Wahoo Weekly is that email that you'll get every Monday morning in your mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to have any information that a chamber business sent in that wanted to highlight something that's happening at their business. And it can be, well, there is a section, right? The first section you'll see will say this week. So then you know those things are happening this week.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next section is going to be upcoming,
Like
or
your future
coming.
events.
Yes. So then you can kind of pre-plan. And how you get this is if you go onto our chamber website, wahoochamber.com, and right when you get on, if you wait like a few seconds, it's really fast. A pop-up is going to come up. Just put in your email, hit send or whatever the button is, and you will automatically get put on that mailing list. And I think we started doing the Wahoo Weekly, this format. It's been at least a year.
Over a year ago, I would say.
And I think people have really liked it. It's an easy way to, like, you could be looking at it and then you might go, wait, when was that?
Right.
And it's easy to find.
Yeah, absolutely. I love having that in my email box. Just to go back as a reference point. Like, yes, I saw that somewhere. So I'm not scrolling Facebook like, where's that flyer for that church dinner I wanted to go to?
Right.
Or, whatever it was. I can go to that one-stop place and see all the info.
Right. So that's one place that you can find information about what's happening. The next, we hinted on, and we kind of talked about it in an episode before when we had some chamber board members in, was the directory. And by now, everyone should have gotten that in their mailbox. That's going to have the chamber events listed. It's not going to have other businesses' events listed like the Wahoo Weekly will. But it is going to have maps of like the town, parks, things like that. And then it does have all of our chamber members listed with their information. So if you need to get a hold of somebody, you're like, oh, I didn't know we had this in town, or they'll have their phone number, it'll have their website. So not only are you just being like, oh, I see some chamber members, you're going to be able to contact them through that very easily.
Yes. And I love the little special features too. There's a couple articles in there. So things that are happening around town that you may or may not have heard about, there's articles in there too. So it's kind of a fun, like a coffee table read. And we keep ours at the flower shop, like right next to the computer. And we pull it out all the time and reference it like, oh yeah, what's the name of that place? Or what's their phone number? Or
Right.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can have in your hand. I know we live in a digital world, and we're talking about like the Wahoo Weekly is an email. But this is nice to have, just to have in your hand and thumb through and look at those numbers or read the articles that way.
Yeah, it's all the information in kind of an analog format, which is great.
Yes. So yeah, and then the last one you touched on was our app.
Yeah, the third one is the We Are Wahoo app. And so that is an app that you get from your app store, whether you have an iPhone or an Android. Just go to your app store, type in We Are Wahoo in the search bar, and then you'll see the logo that you see around town, like on the police cars, like the, the City of Wahoo logo, that W with the 3 colors. So click on that, and it's a really great resource. It's got several different things that we really like to use on it. One of it being the events. Like one of the top bars you see is the events bar. And when you click on that, that's where you're going to find your fun things. Like when you have the different hunts, like the chamber just had the Easter egg hunt or the St. Patrick's Day hunt. Like that's where you're going to find your hunts. And then there's also a spot that has local events. And so you can go through, and if you want to see what's coming up, that's where all the business events are listed that are chamber members.
Yeah.
And so you can go down that. And there's also little stars on the left of that. So if you star it, then you'll get a notification 15 minutes before that event starts. So you're like, oh yeah, I love going to the farmer's market, but it's not on my route home. So to remember that it is farmer's market day, I like to click the little star, and then it reminds me before I leave work that it's farmer's market day.
I love that. And I love so any event that a chamber business sends to Jen to put in the Wahoo Weekly, that will also go on to that events page. So you have 2 places. So maybe you accidentally deleted the email thinking you got all the information.
Right.
You can hop over to the app and you're going to be able to see that information. So I think that's great too, where you have those 2 places. And like you said, you're not gonna be able to star your email to get.
No.
Yeah. So I like that
pop-up.
you can get that, that little pop up to tell you like, hey, it's farmer market day. And then like you said, we also will put on little things like the hunts. Like right now what's on there that's kind of like a little featured one is for the employee luncheon.
Oh, yes.
So then we do things like that. So it makes it easier for you just to click on that and grab your ticket. So
gotcha. You don't have to look at that. Or where's that employee luncheon email? Because I know that was kind of a separate email.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to go look and find that. That's good. I already have my tickets, but if I didn't, I would be totally using the app.
Yeah. And then there's other little sections in there as well. There's eat and shop and play.
Yes, all good ones.
And services.
Can't forget about those.
Right. So those are all going to list businesses that are kind of in those genres. So eat obviously would be
all your
restaurants, shopping, anywhere you can shop. With your services, that's going to have, really all of the things that happen in Wahoo that is a service. You can find lawyers, you can find your
car repair.
Yeah. So I love that we have, and all businesses are listed, not just chamber members. Chamber members do have like a little W, and they get extra features on their listing. But as someone who is just looking for a business, you don't know if they're a chamber member or not, but you just are looking for...
Like, I need my car fixed.
Yes. You can actually, when you're on that front page too, if you're like, I don't want to have to look through everything, I just want to easy, I know what I'm looking for, there is a little search button right on that front page. It looks like a little magnifying glass.
Yep, I've seen that.
And you could, if you know the name of the business you're looking for, you can put that in, or you can put in like auto. And all of those places then will pop up.
Okay.
And so then you're able to find it. And every listing should have their phone number. So you actually can call right from the app.
Call from the app. You don't have to like write it down or...
Right.
Yeah, you can just look it up and then just hit the call button.
Yeah. And then
awesome.
I love that. And like I said, for all businesses, you should be able to call them. And then if you are looking at a chamber business, they'll have like their website, and they could have photos and things like that on there.
And now a message from one of our chamber champions. Hey, Kate, have you heard about First Bank of Nebraska's school branded debit cards?
Oh, I think I have seen those. What's the deal with them?
So every time you use your card, a portion goes back to your favorite school. And you can pick your school, and they offer several in our area, including Wahoo Public, Bishop Newman, St. Wenceslaus, and St. John's and Weston.
That is so awesome. How do I get one?
Well, it's super easy. All you have to do is call or stop by First Bank of Nebraska in downtown Wahoo and choose your school and get your card. Yeah, should we talk about the favorites star?
Yeah.
That's
You had just the flower shop just did a little fun reel about this.
yeah. And so when you're looking at all the businesses, if there's a little exclamation point next to that chamber logo, that means they have a little app special. So the flower shop, it has a little app special.
It does.
And yeah, I feel like more people should take advantage of it because it's a really kind of a fun special, I think.
I think so too. I was going to ask you, like, have you gotten people in there to be like, show their app?
When we first launched it, we kind of had a little, flow of people, but then we haven't been promoting it from our end very much. So yeah, but we kind of reinvigorated it with a little app reel. So yeah, hopefully that gets some more people in to get their prize. I don't even want to say what it is.
No, they have to go look. They have to find out.
So that information will pop up. So if you go to Florist, Found in Flora, that little screen will pop up with our app special. But then you can also, there's a star within each business that's a chamber business. And so you can hit favorite. You can star that one. And then that will give that business the ability to send you push notifications. So if you've ever been scrolling on Facebook and went, oh my gosh, that lunch special was yesterday and I really am hungry for that. I'm sorry I missed out on it.
Right.
You can hit the star and that business could send you real-time information. So you're not looking for it in an email or, on Facebook.
Right. Because a lot of times I do think our Wahoo restaurants do put out their specials the day of, which I get. That's what you want to do. Like, hey, come in for this tonight or for lunch or whatever. But yeah, I might be one that maybe isn't on Facebook or whatever. And then the next day or the algorithm just doesn't send it to me.
Yes.
But the push notification would be great. So yeah. I love that we have all of the technology that we can just utilize right here in Wahoo.
Yeah. So whether you want to get your information straight to your inbox with the Wahoo Weekly, pick up the directory and leaf through it, or download the app, there's 3 different ways, and I actually use all of them.
Yeah,
so
I
I think
do too.
It's a great combination of things to have in your back pocket. So you have no excuse not to know anything that's going on in Wahoo.
Right. I wanted to remind everybody too that if you are either listening or watching, either way, you can be a subscriber. We have some subscribers on both podcasts and on YouTube. But if you want to know when the podcast is out, you'll, again, talking about notifications, if you subscribe and you hit that bell, you will get a little notification that, hey, there's a new chamber chat. So hit that.
Yeah. See what guests we have on next.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for watching or listening. And don't forget
to keep it local, friends.
This has been a Chamber Chat
with Kate.
and Kat.
See you next time.
Kate, we have a special episode today.
we do. We're going to open the mailbag.
Cue the music.
I didn't know if that was that okay.
I was like, you opened the bag. I thought I was supposed to open the bag. That's why I was like, yeah, I have a different line.
Well, the way you looked at me, I was like, was that what I was supposed to say? Like, I was like,
No, it was. I just was.
But you were like, what do I say?
Open
Yeah,
that bag. That's already on there. Okay. I don't know if you want to try it one more time.
We can.
I'll give you a weird look. Cue the music. Okay.